Hello friends, I'm Court Morgan. Welcome to your practice. I'm so glad that you're here. This is a short and sweet practice for mental grounding. So I know when the mind is really active, at least for me, I really need a practice that kind of starts with a little bit of movement. But we're going to spend some time really slowing down throughout the whole practice. And we'll pay special attention to the stuff that's on the ground, so either hands, feet, legs, whatever's touching the ground at the time. And this has the tendency to let the mind settle pretty quickly. So we'll give it a try, see what happens, and I hope you feel more settled and more rested and resourced by the end. So let's come to a comfortable seat. We'll start just with a little bit of a check-in. Right, so any way of sitting that's comfortable for you. You can bring the hands to your knees if that helps to have the palms touching something, or you can let them rest in your lap. Just go ahead and let the eyes close. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Let's do that again. Take another deep breath in. And open the mouth to release. As you allow your breath to become natural, to just flow on the natural rhythm that's present right now. And sense into the body. Sense those contact points of the body and the floor. So the seat, the shins, the outer legs, whatever's touching. And I'd like you to notice the weight, the heaviness, the stability, the support of the earth beneath you. And as you allow yourself to simply rest with that, just noticing that in the body. Do we notice what might happen to the breath? So maybe the breath starts to settle a little bit more. Maybe we can invite the shoulders to relax or the face to relax a little bit more. And then we just know that we have this as a resource for us. The body is made of earth. We can connect to it at any point. And so let's go ahead and open the eyes. Ooh, Freddie's coming to visit. And then bring right shin in front of the left. And we can flex the feet. Go ahead and bring your palms down to the soles of the feet. And you're just going to give a little press. Right? So pressing the feet into the hands, hands into the feet. And then you can reach the chest forward. Go ahead and lengthen forward, and as you exhale, walk the hands forward to any amount. It doesn't have to be super deep. And give yourself the opportunity to rock or to sway, maybe just going a little bit more slowly than the body is insisting that you need to go right now. And as we inhale, we can lift up. We'll take that right hand a big step to the right, reach your left arm up, take a little side bend here. And then as you inhale, go ahead and rise up. Right, so we'll swap the legs. Go ahead and bring the left shin in front of the right. Flex your feet. Freddie's playing with the yoga tune-up ball in front of me. And then we can have the hands to the soles of the feet again. We'll press the feet into the hands, hands into the feet. Go ahead and reach the chest forward. And then as you exhale, go ahead and fold. So just sensing the contact points of the feet and the hands. Sensing the breath. And keeping that, you can walk your hands forward a little bit. Maybe again, rock or sway here. And on your in-breath, we'll walk the hands up. Go ahead and take your left hand a big step to the left. We'll reach the right arm high. Take a little side bend here. And it's just letting the breath come into the sideways. And as we inhale, we'll rise. And go ahead and make your way onto hands and knees. And so super simple. I want you to take a moment, and maybe this is inspired by the cat who's right in front of me that you probably can't see, but we'll knead the floor. Just like you're a cat making a bed or like a dog making your bed, you're going to need that floor. Really make great contact with the hands. Tuck your toes under. Take a few times of just leaning forward and back and stretching those toes, stretching the bottoms of the feet. And then notice what your pace is and see if it's possible to just slow it down like 5%. Doesn't have to be a ton. As you come back to the center, we'll go ahead and round the spine, lifting the front ribs up and then curl the chin to the chest. And inhale to arch your back. And we'll exhale to round. And inhale to arch. Okay, so just linking breath with movement. Keep it very simple. And just feel the sensations of the body. Feel the palms rooting into the floor. Feel the knees, feel the toes rooting down. If you want to add in any extra movements, go ahead and do that. One of the things that happens when we're stressed is that the body stiffens in response. We just introduce a little loose movement in here as well. Great, and as we come back to the center, we'll go ahead and pause. And then step your right foot forward outside of your right hand. Right? And we'll come into a little lunge with the foot outside of the hand. So fingertips to the floor. Just going to lengthen and rebend the knee a few times. Great. Go ahead and pause. Next time the knee's bent, kick your left foot behind you. And you'll leave the right arm on the floor unless you want to bring it to the knee, of course. Go ahead and reach your left arm up and over. And again, find that big side bend here. Just one more in-breath. And we'll exhale to release the left hand to the floor. Swing your left foot back. Bend your left knee, reach back with the right hand. And then we'll pull the heel to the hip. I like to push the hips back a bit. And then keeping the heel really close to the hip, rebend your right knee. So we can turn, we can twist, rotating open through that right shoulder. Nice. And then we exhale and go ahead and release. Bring that right hand to the floor. We'll step your right knee back. And again, go ahead and round the spine into a little cat pose. Rooting down through the palms and inhale to arch. Exhale as we round the spine. And keep the spine rounded. Step your left foot forward outside of your left hand. Come to the fingertips to just give a little more room. If you had blocks, you could certainly use that too. And then just bend and re-lengthen your left leg a few times just to work open through the front of the right hip. So we can decompress that a little bit. Nice. And then next time that knee's bent, go ahead and kick your right foot off the side of the mat. Left fingertips stay to the floor, right arm reaches high, and then we'll turn the palm, reach that right arm alongside the ear, and come into this little knee down side angle pose. So just opening the flanks, open the lungs, feel that left foot rooting into the ground. And we exhale, go ahead and release. Right hand to the floor, swing your right knee back. We'll step and reach the left hand behind, holding on to the right foot. Okay, for a little quad stretch, push the hips back, drop the hips down, turn and open the chest. On your exhalation, release the hand, release the foot. Go ahead and step all the way back to hands and knees. And then we'll tuck the toes under, take the knees wide, sit the hips back for child's pose. So we'll walk hands over to the left. Lean into the right side of the waist. As we inhale, come back to the center. Walk your hands over to the right, lean into the left side of the waist. And inhale back to the middle. Okay, go ahead and come up onto hands and knees. We'll keep the back toes tucked. Slide your knees to hip distance. Reach the hips up and back. And keep the knees a little bit bent as you come into this first downward facing dog. So I want you to feel like, okay, all 10 toes are spreading really wide. The palms are really rooting down. The ankle creases are super deep and the sit bones are lifting up. And then we'll pedal the feet opening up through the backs of the legs. Great. And then come back to the center. Let's take the feet as wide as the mat. And go ahead and grip onto the sides of the mat. So you're going to take your hands, wrap your forefingers around the sides of the mat, leave the thumbs free. And as you press down, try to pull the arms apart a little bit, reach the hips up and back. So you're in a nice wide downward facing dog. And then if it feels good, you can always drop the chin to the chest here, just for a moment, and then come out. We'll release the hands. And go ahead and step right foot towards the center line of the mat. We'll step left foot forward. Turn and ground your feet. So as you feel the feet on the ground, right, fingertips to the floor, give both knees a bit of a bend, and then re-lengthen the legs. So again, we'll bend the knees, feel the weight dropping down through the feet, and then keep that re-lengthen the legs. Let's do that a couple more times. So bending the knees and re-lengthen the legs. Great. We'll leave fingertips down, lift halfway. On your exhalation, fold forward. So you can walk the hands through the legs. You could keep the fingertips to the floor. You could bring your hands outside of the legs. Any version is really fine. Let's lift the shoulders away from the floor. Reach down through the crown of the head. Rock the weight forward towards the balls of the feet just a little bit. And then as you inhale, lift up. Fingertips to the floor. Go ahead and turn the heels in so the balls of the feet pop out. And we'll bend the knees. Bring your hands to your thighs. Lift up a little bit. And then as you exhale, we'll drop the left shoulder in, right shoulder back. Take a nice big exhalation there. We'll inhale through the center, and as you exhale, right shoulder in, left shoulder back. Inhale back to the center. Let's do it one more time each side. Left shoulder in, right shoulder back. Inhale through the center, and exhale, right shoulder in, left shoulder back. Okay, we come back to the middle. Let's root down through the feet. Go ahead and lift the hips. Parallel your feet. Interlace your hands behind the back. You could also use a strap. Reach the knuckles down and broaden the collarbones. Then we exhale to fold. All right, so a nice soft bend through the elbows. Lift the knuckles up. In my own practice, really, which is my whole life, but especially in my movement practice, I'm really trying to embrace mediocrity. I'm trying to embrace 70% and good enough in practice, so that there's no point to practice. I'm not trying to get anywhere. I just am really doing this to help the body. I'm helping to do this for the mind. And I find it really helpful to release that kind of striving, type A perfectionist mentality that I've been raised with. Just sensing the feet on the ground. Go ahead and lift. Roll those inner thighs back. Reach the knuckles up. And then as we exhale, release the hands down. And one more here. We'll lift halfway, so you could be to fingertips or palms. Leave the right hand under the chest. Reach your left arm nice and high. Great. And just try to push your left hip to the right a little bit. And we'll exhale. Bring that left hand down. Reach your right arm up. Push your outer right hip to the left a little bit, and exhale to lower. Okay, we'll walk the hands around that left foot. Step all the way back, downward facing dog. Okay, and just enjoy this downward facing dog. So feeling hands, feeling feet on the ground. And we'll bring right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle behind the left. Go ahead and slide your left leg back and untuck the toes. I find it really helpful here to bring fingertips to the floor, to rock a little bit side to side. And if this is better for you on your back, ankle to knee, or another version like that, then feel free to do that. When you're ready, if it would feel good, if it feels right, drop down to the forearms. If you had a block nearby, you could put it underneath your forehead. And we'll just pause, sense, breathe into the body. So is it possible to sense all of the contact points of the body and the ground? Dropping down through the forearms, dropping down through that front shin, letting that outer right hip release, and feeling the weight of the entirety of the left leg. Just sensing the breath. On your in-breath, we can lift up. You can roll to that outer right hip, swing your left leg forward. And let's bring the right foot to the floor. So you could either have the foot inside of the left leg or to the outside of the left leg, whatever your preference is. Left elbow to the front, right fingertips behind. Go ahead and turn, twist, and rotate. So as you broaden the right collarbone, stay nice and lifted through the chest. And then let's turn the head to look towards that left foot. And again, we're just sensing breath, sensing body. No aim here beyond supporting ourselves in life. Inhale as we come back to the center. Okay, let's bring both feet to the floor with knees bent. Take your hands back, spread your fingers wide, and then press into the feet, lift the hips. So reaching tail towards the knees. You might give yourself a little sway or a little rock forward and back or side to side. And then exhale, release the hips down. You could cross the ankles and roll over the shins, or you could take your legs to one side and make your way into downward facing dog. And again, just pause. Pause and sense, letting crown of the head drop down. Letting the palms root down into the floor. Letting the creases on the front of those ankles deepen. Let's bring the left knee behind the left wrist, lift ankle behind the right. Slide your right leg back. And then take the fingertips a little wider maybe and give yourself a little sway, a little rock. Deepening the breath. As it feels good, as you feel ready, we'll bring the elbows or the forearms down to the floor. Let yourself drop. And again, sense the whole body. So it's like the mind is being encouraged to diffuse a little bit into the entirety of the body. It can sometimes feel like when we get really busy, like the mind gets super wound up, it gets pulled into one narrow strip. And so we just want to allow it to relax, include more. Maybe feel the coolness of the mat against your skin. You might notice any sounds in the room. The sense of the body breathing. And feeling the sensation. So if this pose feels intense, like if there's some intense sensation here, notice where else we can diffuse it. And as we inhale, next breath or two, walk the fingertips back, lean to your outer left hip, swing your right leg around. And we'll bring that left foot to the floor inside of the right leg or to the outside of the right leg. Wrap your right elbow in front of the left knee. And we'll bring the left fingertips behind. Lifting up nice and tall. You can even come to the fingertips of that left hand. And then coax open that left collarbone, look back. Right? As you keep the left collarbone open, we'll look to the right foot. And just sense the body in space. If you're like me, tend to overcomplicate things. tend to add a little too much in. So the real art of practice for a lot of us, really the majority of us, is allowing it to be simple. Almost allowing it to be utilitarian. As we exhale, we can release. Go ahead and look forward. Again, we'll bend both knees, bring your feet to the floor. Take your hands behind, root down, lift the hips. Lengthen the tail towards the knees, pressing down through the palms. And then we'll exhale, release the hips down. Nice. With hips on the floor, you can reach the arms forward and you can hold on to the front of the shins or the backs of the thighs. I'd like you to curl that low belly in. And then keeping the chest nice and broad, take your time. Maybe even take like 5 breaths. As you slowly try to connect the back of the pelvis to the floor first, keeping the chest open, you roll all the way down to the floor. Great, as the back of the head comes to the floor, notice that. Arms can rest down by your sides. Great, let's hold the sides of the mat again. So grip the sides of the mat, curling the forefingers under, thumbs are free. Scooch those heels closer to the hips, or maybe the hips closer to the heels, and then we'll press down into the feet. Go ahead and lift the hips. Feel the feet rooting down. This is a great place, if you're comfortable to close the eyes, to really sense into the body, this skill that we have of interoception, right? Kind of awareness that allows us to feel into the body. So as you're pressing down into the feet, pull the mat apart and then press your shins forward. And you'll feel the chest slides towards the throat just a little bit more. Can you send the breath wide into the ribs? And then as you exhale, go ahead and release, lowering all the way down to the floor. We can take the arms out to the side. You could swish your knees side to side. If there's another twist that feels really good to you, then I'd encourage you to take that. But whatever it is, let it be, again, that kind of 70 to 80% effort range. It's not that we always have to practice that way, but when the mind is really active, we tend to take it out in intensity. A lot of personalities do, so we add intensity unnecessarily. As you come back to the middle, you're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to lengthen out your legs. Or if you'd like to come up to a seat, you can come up to a seat. But I'd like to invite you to find something that's really comfortable for you for just a little pranayama practice. So our pranayama practice is essentially an equal ratio breath. So we'll inhale, we'll pause, we'll exhale, and we'll pause in equal measure. Just noticing the natural breath that you have right now. And then we'll begin. Go ahead and inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. 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 Last round. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Let your breath return to its natural cadence. And sense the relative ease of the body. Maybe noticing if that sense of stability, support is a little more available. And if the sense of lightness and flow is a little more available. And if you are on your back and you'd like to stay there for a little longer, of course, please stay. If you're already seated, maybe we join the palms to heart center. Bow the chin. Take a moment to dedicate the merit of our practice. This merit practice continue to serve us really well. May it continue to lead us into a place that feels more connected, more grounded, just more here, more present. And may our practice be for the benefit of all beings. May all beings everywhere be free. Thank you so much for your practice, everyone.